Hey, it's Tom from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a detailed look at the Eagle Creek Quick Trip Dop Kit that I've been testing over the course of the last 2 weeks. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe to our channel and like the video so we can keep bringing you content to help you travel smarter. Let's dive in. All right, so on the outside of this thing, we have this relatively rigid TPU coating that gives it this satisfying rectangular shape, which I really dig. It's just satisfying to pack this thing. It's grippy, which is good for water resistance too. So if you're like setting this on a wet countertop, it's not gonna soak through because some, Dop kits will soak through if they're fabric, but this is TPU, so water's just gonna roll right off. We've got a handle on the outside. You can hang this up and kind of like get access just to the top. So if you have this hanging from the handle here, you can open it like this and just get access to what's inside of the top if you want. Hopefully without the gear spilling out, depending on how you have it packed. So I dig that. We got zoom zippers here, some paracord zipper pulls, which I dig. And again, with this handle, you can also use it to carry like across the campsite or to the hostel bathroom. One thing I did notice about this is ours seems to be smaller and stitched compared to Eagle Creek's product pages online. It seems like it's got like this bigger kind of standard loop there. So I'm not sure if we have a pre-production sample or if the handles just don't match. So just note that handle might be a little bit different if you end up picking this thing up. Logo on the front here, and really not a lot else, just a very satisfying TPU brick. All right, now we can open this thing up and take a look inside. I definitely like this in theory a little bit more than in practice. So one thing you notice there is that it does get a little tight around these corners, or it can with a zipper, but I love the theory of this. It like opens out in a little tray and all of your items are here. Now there's, at least with my items, I like to pack things more travel sized. I think if you have less items in here that are larger, like if you're going to a campsite and you have like, 6, ounces of shampoo versus 3, like for TSA compliance, that might work a little bit better in here. But you can see here that I kind of have like my items, like before I opened this, I sort of had them stacked up here, but they kind of just end up falling all over the place. Like if this gets jostled around in your bag when it's closed, it can just kind of, you open it up and things aren't necessarily stacked the way they should be. So, and it's just really delicate too. Like this whole mesh side here is like an angled triangle. So also when you get it over, there's very little clearance for tall items here on the side. Like it looks like you have all this clearance across the entire area here, but this mesh thing is taking up that whole triangular pad. So it's basically like sliced in half, how you see this zipper, where you just don't have any of that top space usable unless the items are inside of this mesh pocket. Now I do dig the segmentation here. So you've got a big mesh pocket on this side. I've just got some like free floating items down here. It's a very spacious Dop kit, very satisfying. This main space I definitely struggled with. As you can see, I'm like trying to like keep things organized in here. And then we have this front mesh pocket as well for just other smaller items too. So like if you want to stick like just flatter, smaller items over there, that works well. Not really gonna work with like a travel size tube very well, because it just doesn't have that much horizontal space. Now, one thing that I wish was in here that I see some other Dop kits do is maybe like some like webbing on this side, so you can stick things here and they will totally stay in place. But this is definitely more of like a dump style Dop kit. And I think when a Dop kit is this large, I like to have a little bit more option for organization on the inside. The mesh itself is pretty nice. Again, we got zoom zippers here as well with the Eagle Creek zipper pulls, so I dig that. But it's just a very spacious Dop kit, and then I love this fabric here as well, which lets it open up into like a small tray, but not too much to where it's just, completely all over the countertop. And again, that TPU performs well if the countertop is wet. Everything stays really dry inside, which is great. All right, I just wanted to compare some other Dop kits real quick so I could show you a little bit more of what I was talking about. Like Bellroy has these free floating mesh pockets here on the top that you could kind of stick these items into. Peak Design just goes crazy with their organization. You've got like a flap on this side, and then you have like 4 quadrants where you can put things that holds them in place a little bit better. And then you have a zippered pocket here. And lastly, we have something from Air. So this is the Air Travel Kit, I believe 3, I think they're on now. This, I was talking about those kind of stretchy webbing here. Like, it would be interesting if that was on this side to kind of hold that gear in place. And then we have some other zippered mesh pockets. And then we have just a complete row of stretchy mesh back here. A little bit dirty because we actually use this stuff and we test it. But yeah, I would be curious to see that, especially with the smaller travel items. I'm definitely missing that feature when I'm using the Eagle Creek compared to a lot of these other DOP kits that I've tested. So there you have it, the Eagle Creek Pack It Quick Trip DOP Kit. Thanks for keeping here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.